Welcome to our basic paint training video series. These short videos are designed for the person that just started working in a paint department. Hopefully, after watching them, you're going to feel more comfortable helping your customers find what they need for their painting projects. This is the last video of 11 in our basic paint training video series. Hopefully, we have covered some topics that are going to help you as a new paint department employee. In this last or 11th video, we're going to cover applicators and how to choose the right one. Let's get started. We have discussed many of the paint products we offer, but none of it is self-applying. So you will need an applicator. So let's discuss the applicator options we have and why it's so important to get your paint customer into the best applicator they can afford. Without further ado, let's get going. So let's break down every paint job. There's really three ingredients to every paint job. They are painting skills, high quality paint, and a high quality applicator. To get a high quality paint job and be very successful, you have to have two out of these three ingredients. If you have a skillful painter, like a true professional painter, and I'm not talking about some person that's out of work and they have a pickup truck and a ladder. I'm talking about a true professional. They can take a low quality paint and make it look really good by using a high quality applicator. This is because your typical painting contractor will use lower quality paint in a high quality applicator. They will make it look real good. It may not wash, scrub, or last that well, but it's going to look good when they leave and when they get paid. That's all they care. Do they really care if it lasts forever? Not really. They care about how it looks when they get their check. Now, if you have a high quality paint and a high quality applicator, you don't need quite as much painting skills to get a high quality paint job that's going to wash, scrub, last a long time. But remember, the one thing that is required in both of these scenarios is the high quality applicator. Think about your customers. Most of them do not have the painting skills a professional painter has. So they have to have the best paint and the best applicator they can afford. If they do that, if they buy the best paint and the best applicator, they're going to get great results that will last a long, long time. True Value makes our own roller covers. Let's take a look at what options we offer. So before we learn about the roller covers you can offer, let's learn what is a roller cover made of. They're pretty simple. There are really only three parts to a roller cover. First part is the core. And in our case, ours are all two-ply plastic. This is what gives the roller cover its structural integrity. Next is the epoxy. This is the glue that holds the fabric to the core. Then last, probably one of the most important parts, is the fabric. This is the main part of the roller cover that determines if it's a high quality cover or not. The fabric determines how much paint's going to be picked up from the roller tray and then released on the wall. It also determines how many little pieces of fuzz could be on your wall. There are multiple fabric types that are used. They can be knit, woven, or microfiber. They each have their pluses and minuses. The knit's the lowest cost, but it's also more prone to lenting, which is leaving small little hairline specks in the paint film. This is due to they're only connected in one spot onto the roller foam. On a positive side, they can pick up and release a ton of paint, which makes them pretty darn good for very rough surfaces with flatter finishes. I would definitely not use a knit cover if I was painting a satin or semi-gloss finish. The next one is the woven, and it is connected in two spots, so the linting is very, very small, very little linting in a woven cover. They do also tend to pick up quite a bit of paint and release it on the wall, and it leaves a nice smooth paint film. The microfiber has gained popularity over the last few years because it really doesn't shed hardly at all, and it still picks up quite a bit of paint. So if you're looking at it, the knitted would pick up the most paint, the woven second, the microfiber third. However, the microfiber is going to leave no lint at all on your wall. The woven's going to leave very little, and your knitted's going to end up leaving quite a bit more. Roller covers come in various nap lengths. There's a short one, kind of like a 1/4 inch. They're used on very smooth surfaces and when you're painting with very high sheens, like a semi-gloss or a gloss. A medium nap, which would be either a 3/8 inch or a 1/2 inch nap, is used on most normal surfaces with mid to no sheen paints. The 3/8 is probably the most common one used by DIYers. A 1/2 inch is what most pro painters use. A longer nap, like a 3/4 inch or heavier, would be used for heavily textured surfaces with low sheen paints. Always remember a high quality roller cover is going to pick up and release more paint per load. They put on a smoother, more uniform coat of paint. This reduces spattering, linting, and air bubbles. They make the job easier and they make the job look better and last longer. As you can see in this video, a high quality roller cover will lay the paint down in a smooth, even coat. This will leave a paint film that provides maximum hide and durability. When you use a lower quality roller cover, the paint is laid down unevenly. When that paint film dries, it can lead to spots that have poor hide. In many cases, your customer will blame the paint and not the roller cover. Make sure to use the best roller cover you can to get an even coat of paint for maximum hide. We offer a good, better, and best option when it comes to roller covers. As you go up in quality, you get less linting and a thicker paint film that's going to hide better. Now let's discuss what a brush is made of and some different brush options that we offer. First, let's go over the 5 parts to a brush and then we'll come back and discuss what each one means to your customer. The first is the handle. Now this can be plastic, varnished wood, or unvarnished wood. Second part is the ferrule. That's the metal band right below the handle that holds everything together. The better the ferrule, the longer the brush is going to last. 3, the spacer. Now the spacer is something you don't generally really see. It's a spacer that makes the bristles fit tightly in the brush and creates a reservoir for paint. 4, epoxy. This is the glue that kind of holds all of it together. The filament. This is one of the most important parts of the brush, as it's where the paint meets the substrate. It can be made of synthetic or natural bristles. So what does each part of a brush mean to your customer? Well, first let's talk about the handle. Well, the better the handle, the longer it's going to last, and the more your hand will feel comfortable and won't get sore while painting. An unvarnished wood handle is the absolute best. That's what most professionals use. And the reason being is a unvarnished wood handle causes your hand to sweat less, which means that it's not going to be as sore. A plastic handle, on the other hand, your hand's going to cause your hand to sweat and it will get a little bit more sore. The ferrule, well, brushes are left in water sometimes. Latex paints have over 50% of water sometimes. The longer they are left in paint and water, the longer they could potentially rust. Um, the next part is the spacer. The better the spacer, the more paint it's going to hold, and the better it's going to hold together. Epoxy, the better and the more epoxy you have, the more the filament's going to stay in and not come out in your paint film. And then filament, which is, like I said, one of the most important parts. The better the filament, the brush will take more paint to the surface, making the job faster and looking much better. It also is going to lay down the paint much smoother and provide a nice smooth paint film. The brush line also follows the same packaging as the roller packaging, with a good, better, and best. In the best line, we also offer an EasyCare line. Now, I like having EasyCare brushes and rollers because it makes it simple for you to sell those with your EasyCare paints. Your main thing you need to say is you're buying a can of EasyCare Ultra Premium or a can of EasyCare Limitless. You need to have the brush or the roller cover that goes with that paint that was specifically manufactured to be used with that paint. Now, what are the difference between the three lines? Well, the good has a plastic handle. Remember, I talked about that being a handle that would cause more sweat, and if you're using it all day, it's going to cause your hand to hurt. It's got a crimped tin ferrule and lower quality filament, so it's not going to last as long. The better one goes up to a wood handle. It is stainless steel ferrule that's nailed and it has a blended polyester. So it is a little bit better, hence the name Get Better, I guess. And then when you get to the best, the wood handle is a little more comfortable. You're going to be able to paint with that all day and not have your hand hurt quite as much. Stainless steel ferrule again, it's nailed, so it's going to last for a long, long time. It's got a blended nylon polyester filament that's going to last a long time. They're solid and they lay down the paint super nice. The tips are tapered so that cutting in around windows, doors, things like that, you can leave a nice straight line. So always push your customer to use the best brush and roller cover they can. Thank you for watching this 11-part series designed to make you a better paint department employee and give you the confidence to help your customer get the painting results they desire, and at the same time, you become your store's trusted paint expert. Make sure to watch other videos we have on our YouTube site labeled EasyCare Paint. Now, never stop learning. Until next time, happy selling.